Today I will be starting a shiny badge quest in a Pokemon Scarlet. If you don't know what a shiny badge quest is, basically before every gym badge I must find a shiny Pokemon before I can get said gym badge, and with a total of 18 badges in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I will have a total of 19 shinies, including my starter, that I will use to beat the entire game. And really quick, if you are an enjoyer of shiny hunting or you really want to see a part 2 of this, please hit that like button and subscribe so you do not miss the next part. Anyways, let's go ahead and get right into this. So, most people know how Scarlet and Violet starts, but I actually have not replayed this game since it dropped, so I actually haven't seen this for a couple of years. But anyways, these starters are shiny locked, which means I have to go out in the wild and find my own shiny starter. Before that, however, there was a bit of story to go through, and we meet our three main companions throughout this game, being Nemona, Arven, and eventually Penny. And after accepting all of their separate story quests, it was time to get out in the wild and start shiny hunting. Now, I did have a couple of outbreaks near Mezagoza, and I decided to go check them out, and the first Pokemon I found from the first outbreak I went to could not have been a better option for me. And what is the outbreak gonna be? They're too high level. They're too high level. Yeah, there was no way I was gonna let the high level stop me because Luxray has always been and always will be my favorite Pokemon. So I speedran leveling up my Fuecoco until I was strong enough to fight the Luxio and claim one as my starter. After KOing 60 of them, it was time to play the waiting game. Okay, so right now I have a 1 in 1300 chance of finding a shiny Luxio, which isn't like great, but it's way better than 1 in basically 5,000. So I'm gonna run around and hope we find a shiny Luxio. Oh my god! That was like 5 minutes. It was like 5 minutes. It's a female, but it's fine. Oh my god, it took like 5 minutes. Oh my god. Also, I know I said it's a female and it's fine. The only reason I dislike female Shinx line is the shorter hair. I don't really like the shorter mane, but it is perfectly fine. Oh my god, it took like 5 minutes. Let's go. I don't really have any good nicknames, bruh. Actually, I know exactly what to name you. There we go. Sick. And so, after a very quick 5 minutes of waiting, we have Lumi the shiny Luxio, which means we now have a shiny to replace our starter, which also means we can go for our first badge. I went straight for the Cloth Titan because Koraidon without any upgraded movement abilities is very bad, and you'll see that come into full effect in a couple minutes. Either way, Lumi is decently overleveled for this Titan, and she ended up KOing base Cloth with 2 sparks. Even a Super Saiyan Rose transformation was not enough for Cloth to put up a fight, and with a bit of help from Arven, we KO'd it fairly easily and earned our first badge of the badge quest. Now that we have our first badge, we have to find a new shiny before we can go for our next one, and I wanted to go for a Pokemon that could help with Mela and Katie respectively, so I went for Nacli. But I cannot express this enough, these next 2 hours could not have gone any worse. Makuhita? What is it? Oh, it's Knackley. Okay. The problem with that is where's the outbreak? Where does it start? I do not believe it is possible for me to get up here at all. And man, do I wish I believed past me when I said those words, because I spent the next 2 hours trying to jump on top of that mountain because that's where the Knackley were spawning. Spoiler alert, I didn't get on top of the mountain. Another spoiler, I didn't find a shiny Knackley. And one more spoiler, I did find something, we'll say, interesting instead. Dude, I want to get up there so bad. I just don't have the hops right now. Please, no way. I just spent almost 2 hours trying to jump on top of a mountain to get a Knackley, and as soon as I give up, a shiny Deerling. I'm going to name you Faith in the worst way possible. I lost faith in myself making that jump. Oh my god, I'm so sick. I'm so sick. And so the first full odds shiny of this badge quest ended up being Faith the Deerling, who ended up being a really good teammate by the end, but right now is the complete opposite of what I actually need. With Faith being weak to both of the next badges I wanted to go for, it was gonna have to be a Lumi masterclass for at least Katie, and Lumi did put on a good performance. I taught Lumi Fire Fang after the Cloth Titan, and considering Lumi is 10 levels higher than everything Katie has, she very easily earned us our next badge. Now that we have our second badge from Katie, it is time to go find our third shiny teammate. And my day just reset on my Switch, and it gave me a Wooper outbreak that I was originally going to go for, but ultimately decided against it because my Koraidon cannot swim yet. So if I fall in the water while trying to run to a shiny, or even worse, I can't even reach the shiny from where I'm standing, yeah, shiny's just gone. So I decided to go for Knackley again because I had got another Knackley outbreak in a better spot this time, and I think I had way more success this time around. I think I'm gonna go Brassius after Katie, probably. That guy's got an orange block on his head. What's up, little man? Where are we walking to? Is this where you're stopping? Okay, I gotcha. Shiny Knackley. This didn't take very long either, actually. You know what's crazy is that I didn't even get to finish KOing all 60 from the outbreak. I think I got to like 40 something. Chase. I don't know what to name you. A male Knackley. There we go. I'll name you Stall. Your name is Stall. So we now have Stall the shiny Knackley, and it is time to go for our next badge. I chose to fight Mela. This was just the wrong decision. I was completely underleveled. Faith was not really any help in this battle because Mela has strong fire types, and Lumi actually gets 2-hit KO'd by the Torkoal, not even the Starmobile. So there was only one way for me to win this battle, and I'm not proud of it, but a win is a win, a dub is a dub. I stalled with stall for 40 turns straight, and that is how I won this battle. It was probably closer to 25 turns, but it felt like 40 by the end of the battle. I had to stall out Torkoal's Drought, and then I spammed Iron Defense against the Starmobile after it lowered its special attack with Overheat. So yeah, it was quite the battle. But yeah, about 30 minutes later, I walked away with another badge. And with new badges comes new shinies, so it was time to start shiny hunting again. I tried my hand at Wooper again, but after a couple of hours of nothing, I decided to go for a different Pokemon. Now, my all-time favorite Paldea Pokemon is Annihilate, and I'm not gonna lie, I spam it a lot. I didn't even want to get one because I already know I use Annihilate a lot. My bias just says Annihilate is too cool to not use, so I went shiny hunting for a Mankey. I had an outbreak for one, but I thought it'd be cool to find a full odds one just randomly, so I made a fighting encounter sandwich and I began my hunt. And I personally think the reaction alone was worth it. I didn't mean to KO the Eevee. A shame. Are you green? Are you green? Are you green? Bro, please be green, bro. I can't tell. Are you green? I think you're green. You're green. You're green. You're green. Annihilate is the best Pokemon to come out of Gen 9. Let's go. What do I want your name to be, ma'am? I don't know why. I just want to name you Tech. Your name is Tech. There you go. And now that we have captured Tech the Mankey, it is time to go for our final badge of this part. I went to the Artisan Gym because I was actually supposed to fight this gym before I fought Mela, and yeah, it only makes sense that I go here now. And after playing with the 10 FPS Sunflora, it was time to battle gym leader Brassius. I tried to give Tech her first gym battle here, but her moveset was not equipped to deal with the Petalil spamming Mega Drain, so I was losing faster than I was winning, so it was time for another Lumi masterclass. Lumi made pretty quick work of Brassius' team with Fire Fang, earning us our fourth and final badge of this part. Which means, just like this part, next part will also begin with a shiny hunt. What that shiny will be, who knows, but I will see everyone there.